I'm very afraid. Hello, I'd like to welcome one and welcome all to Minecraft, where today I'm doing something else. It has to do with daylight saving time, and why I hate this so much. Okay, why do I hate daylight saving time? 1! Daylight saving time doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't exactly save daylight. Nobody wants to have daylight in the morning, and when you're tired at home afternoon, you don't exactly go and sit outside. Let's see. I don't know how it works, but I don't care. Daylight saving time is exceptionally confusing. Here's a few reasons why. Come on, world, come into existence. Come on, world, come into existence. There's the world. Oh, fuck, I forgot. There you go. That should help dramatically. Take stuff. Oh god, the frame rate! Should I install Optifine? I don't know, maybe just turning... I don't have a touchscreen. I could touch my screen, but I don't know if that's gonna do anything. Maybe it's just rendering out stuff. So anyway, why do I hate... Jesus, man, it's never run this slow. Is Terra Firma that... Is Optifine that much of a game changer? I think it is. Anyway, why do I hate daylight saving time? Daylight saving time, in case you know what it is, because you live in one of the safer territories of mankind's large world, is a period when people decide, let's go fuck with clocks. So what I'm going to do is going to write down in Minecraft and in the description, if you prefer descriptions, why it's such a terrible idea to mess with clocks. And it's not going to be a fun story. It's not going to be a cool story, bro. You're not going to go home and say, well, that was an interesting bit of read. You're going to be afraid. Very, very afraid. Trust me, there is no creepy pasta that is as frightening as the true story, bro, behind daylight saving time. Ah, such a horrible story it is. You see, long, long ago, when men were fucking stupid as shit, or they were actually pretty bright. I don't know which one it is. It's not the one I want it to be. Where am I? Jeez, man. I don't know where I am, which is a big problem, because I should know where I am. Let's go look for a place that isn't covered in... Well, this doesn't help. So daylight saving time is when we fuck with clocks. We basically stick our penis in one side of the clock, and we lose an hour of our time. And then at the other side of the globe, other side of our orbital tract, to be precise, we turn it all back. 0 hours were lost, 0 hours were gained, and it causes more pain and economic damage than anything else you could possibly pull out of your pantyhose on a moment's notice. I don't know why we even do it, supposedly because we get more time, you know? We get more time in the sun. But we don't. We don't gain anything from it that's really necessary. Okay, let's just plop this thing down. It's been a while since I played Minecraft. So, excuse me, princess. I have some wood. Been watching too much of that game about a man named Simon with bum. Excuse me. So, daylight saving time, it's a nice idea. I'll confess that it has its potential. But here's a few problems. Not everyone does daylight saving time. Like there are states and places that say, no, we're not going to do daylight saving time. Like mountain time. In the Rockies, from what I heard, they don't do that stuff. They say, fuck you, and fuck her too. And they don't turn their clocks. They just say, we have a clock system and it works perfectly fine without your bullshit and getting involved. And yeah, they don't turn their clocks. So, they don't follow the natural order of things that everyone else seems to be doing. And if you live on the other side of the globe, it gets worse, because there, you turn the clock the opposite direction. So you're creating a 2-hour time difference between certain sections of the world, and it gets worse the more you look at it. I'm getting a lot of wood to make these signs, by the way, because I'm gonna make a stand. I'm gonna write down my points so that you all can read it all day, every day. I need apples. Because making a stand is a very hungrinating business. These trees are so big, it's annoying. Oh wait, these are tropical. They don't count. So daylight saving time, we basically, like I said, we stick our penis in a clock and we say, magic happens! And we travel through time. If, for some weird reason, during 2 o'clock in the morning, you happen to be sticking your finger up your nose, and the time goes back, guess what? No, actually, time goes forward today. Guess what happens? You just spent an hour picking your nose. Now, technically speaking, you weren't picking your nose for an hour, but technically speaking, you did stick your finger up your nose for an hour. If it isn't confusing, then think about this. To people in another part of the world, you stuck your finger up your nose for 2 hours. To other people, they'll think you'll do that later. Yeah, because I don't get to turn my clock for a while. It's a week or so. What's that? Wow, overgrowth here. Wow, that's pretty fancy. So yeah, that's how things are gonna go. This clocks are gonna be changing. In case you don't know what it is. Why? God damn it! Is there really nothing around there? I hate these giant jungles. They're so weird. Did I put it on a giant I don't. Oh, there's a swamp. There we go. Maybe I can get myself some mushroom stew. That would also satisfy my need for nutrients. Look how they all pop out of the ground. There's plenty of trees around here. There's plenty of frame rate issues, which should satisfy my need for an extra long video. But I don't know who enforces daylight saving time. I don't know if that's a government thing, in which case, since when the hell can anyone control time and actually enforce it? Like, I wonder how that goes. Like, Johnson, we've recently traveled through time, and I've noticed that you haven't traveled through time with the rest of us. But Festivus is for the rest of us. That doesn't matter, Johnson. When one travels through time, everyone else travels through time. So we may say hello to our past selves. But that only works in winter. Yeah, that's the fun part. When they turn back the clocks, you just spent an hour overtime? Fuck you! It doesn't matter. You just spent an hour in overtime that no longer exists. That time from 2 to 3, bam, gone. You never were at your office to what they care. Because that's what time travel does to... Whoa. Jello! Like actual jello. Gelatine. Jello-tine. These teens are so gelatinic. I saw the iron, by the way. Don't get your face in a bunch. It's a real nice cliff. I might consider settling down over here. Settling down my good old farm. Whatever, I'll just plop it down and I'll start noting up why I very hate it. You see, the problem with daylight saving time is that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't give us any more time. It doesn't save any energy. If anything, it costs a lot of energy to do. Not just people energy, but, you know, economic money. It costs us money. Because when you mess your biological clock, it goes, holy shit, what the hell's going on? I've spent 6 months of my life adjusting to the fact that we're suddenly waking up an hour later, and now you're turning it back. It took me 6 months to get used to this bullshit, and now we're stopping with it? What is wrong with you? Why? Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Do. I'm a bit I think he has cancer. Oh, wait, I forget you get extra signs in this update. In a recent update. Daylight time. Or retard time. +1 hour in summer. -1 hour winter. That's how it works. I don't know which one is the standard one, but I do know that this happens In March and October? I heard chicken. Why it's not a bright idea. Here's the big problem. Not everyone does it. Which confuses and makes it hard to plan. That is a big problem. If you say, let's make a meeting at 16 UT, you can say it's UTC. But here's the problem for you. Nobody's really wanting to look up every single fucking moment of the day when that time is at. So you're going to get this problem, well, you know, times are changing, because we're traveling through time. There you are, Mr. Chicken, how do you do? Hey, there you are. So people are going to get confused. You're going to get very difficult times planning when nobody knows what time you're actually talking about. Are you talking my time, my daylight saving time, my non-daylight saving time, your daylight saving time, which happens a few weeks later? If you plan in that period, you're going to get a lot of trouble. You're going to get a lot of trouble. Problem number 2. Some people go the other way. Which means that in Australia, they do this. Same season, in reverse. That means that in the winter, we're an hour back, they're 2 hours forward. Or I think. I don't know. It's so confusing. Refer to sign number 1. 2. This is sign number 1. This is sign number explanation. Explanation. Sign number 1. There you go. Things. Oh, that's kind of wacky. That's what happens if you put 2 textures in exactly the same coordinate. It's fancy, isn't it? It tries to make sense of it. It's so cute. So cute! You're such a cute thing, you computer. Mwah! It's so cute. Some people go the other way because they go to winter or to summer. This is a proposition of what daylight saving time does. It conserves energy. Problem. Studies disagree. We don't know if it saves energy because here's the thing. People have to put their light bulbs on this, but they're more in the sun, which means they turn their air conditioning on. So it's very difficult to know if you actually save energy. Here's another problem. The studies that do agree say that it's not much. It's not much at all. They save energy, but not much. The fluctuation is minimal. It's so... You want to know how many people... Like, this is one thing that it is. It was done long ago when people had light bulbs that were energy consuming. Bulbs. But now we have such incredibly sophisticated light bulbs called LEDs that only take 1 watt per mega year. Whoa. So, light is not a big problem. You want to know what takes up more energy than your light? iPhone is bigger than your light bulbs, than your lighting. See, you could save more energy turning off your iPhone than you can turning your clock back a fucking hour. I think I'm gonna need a few more signs. I don't think you have any sticks, so I'm just gonna beat up this tree. This is probably not the best game to make my points. It's not the best game. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, what happens when you fuck up your biological clock? Fucking up your clock. Your internal clock. The biological clock's it called. Your biological clock is if you wake up consistently at 6 o'clock and go to bed consistently at 10 o'clock, you cannot stay up past 10 o'clock because your body's so used to going to bed then that it gets stuck in this rhythm. It goes like boom, ch, boom, boom, ch, boom, ch. And eventually, you can't do anything but boom, ch. And you just keep consistently waking up at that time. You can't mess with it. But suddenly, out of the blue, you have to wake up an hour earlier. You want to know what happens? You're tired 1 hour earlier equals tired as fuck. You can't wake up. You didn't have your full hour's sleep. You weren't sleepy enough when you're supposed to go to bed. You have to go to bed an hour earlier. You're not sleepy. Are you sleepy? Go to bed at 10 o'clock consistently and try sleeping at 9. You cannot. It is impossible. You're too used to going to bed later. And waking up an hour earlier is even harder because your body is a lazy piece of shit. So naturally, it doesn't want to wake up at all. So now you're tired as fuck. Mr. Chicken, do you know what happens to people that are tired as fuck? Come on, Mr. Chicken, you know this one. You cause traffic accident if your problem is traffic. Tired equals traffic accidents, which are painful. People get hurt. People die. Things are damaged. Property is damaged. Products are destroyed in shipping. And you want to know what happens next? You're less productive at work. You cost your company more money. More money to do less. You're sitting there, tired as fuck. You somehow managed to survive your trip to the factory. Now you're so goddamn tired. Your brain just can't function normally anymore. You're going, I need to work, but my face, it doesn't work. Ooh, an egg. Your face is no longer functioning correctly. Because of all this fatigue of waking up. Where's my signs? Dear God, I lost my signs. Where am I? Oh, there they are. You are now tired as fuck, and you're at your job, and you're tired as fuck. And, oh, that's the wrong signs. Here they are. Oh, there's another. Ooh. Look at all these drops. Thank you, Mr. Chicken. How do you do? You're now tired as fuck, and you're kind of, you're costing you're sitting there, you're doing nothing. You're just wasting their time. Oh, no, I'm not losing any energy because I'm peaceful. Well, you're sitting there tired as fuck. You're sort of just drowning yourself in coffee. So I guess the only people who really benefit are the coffee people, but they benefit anyway because the entire fucking world is already running on coffee. Except me, but I have no intention of using coffee to begin with, so I'm not their potential clientele, so they don't give a shit about me. So now everyone's tired. They cause traffic accidents. They're costing a lot of money. I had another point which I probably should look up. So basically, this is what's up. Daylight saving time equals terrible idea. Terrible idea. And you know what terrible ideas do? Terrible. Oh, God, I hate this. It's so stupid. Equals costs money, solves nothing. So we now have a retarded. It is arbitrary. If you don't know what arbitrary means, you do it because you do it. Your papa did it, so you're gonna fucking do it. You listen, Mr. Chicken? Your father died, so you're gonna die too. Oh, but you didn't need to die because I'm not even fucking hungry. Well, fuck you, Mr. Chicken. It's an arbitrary system, so that's how it's going to go. Whatever it's necessary or not, we're sticking with it. Now, I don't know what exactly defines daylight saving time, if there's some sort of thing like the Geneva Convention, or if it's just something that governments apply, but Jesus fucking Christ, get rid of it. You're not doing anyone any favors. Companies aren't making any more money. You're destroying the economy for about a week. You want to know how long it takes to recover from it? Recovery time is longer than 1 week. It takes over a week to recover from 1 hour of change. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Just because people want to save no energy whatsoever, or even cost more energy, they want you, yeah. I think I've made my point. I think Mr. Chicken here, he's a smart fella. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. So yeah, that is my rant about daylight saving time. I think I've made my point excruciatingly clear. And if you two think that we should get rid of daylight saving time, go ahead. Get rid of it. Step to your government's official and smack him across the face until he says, "No more, no more. We'll get rid of it, I swear on my wife's life." But you don't even like your wife. Ta-da! I do, I swear. No, you don't. Or do you? So yeah, I know it's not the biggest concern, but trust me, there is a lot to be gained by getting rid of daylight saving time. So let's end it with this. Ooh, little energy orbs. Not even as computer's plan. You get very sick in the biological clockwork, which is bad. It doesn't save any energy or whatever, because people don't know. Let me actually put an explanatory sign on top. Studies are very, very varying. Some say, oh, we save hundreds of billions of energies, and others say, we're actually costing hundreds of billions and billions of energy, because you just can't test it. Because people are doing it already, so how the fuck can you compare it if everyone's already doing it, and it isn't solving anything? So you want to know my opinion? My opinion, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. In the butt. In the butt, with a Dutch V, mind you. Because, in that Dutch, the equals the het, or n. Mind you, that's n. That would actually, un is a. Un equals a. Or a equals n. Difference between duh and het is not a fun one, I can tell you that one. It has to do with making things tiny. By making things, you know, like we don't say a tiny house, we say a housey, so to speak. And a housey, because you can make it a house and a housey, you can, it's an het word, and else it's a duh. And it also has to do with all kinds of magic mumbo jumbo. Why am I talking about this? This is a rant about daylight saving time. Let me write down how I feel. Fuck you, daylight fucking time. Go die. Supporters, bring a good case, and I will listen. Else, go die. You suck. You're awful. You're ruining everyone's day. You got that? Oh, I just out of signs. Great. So this is everything you need to know about what I think about daylight savings time. There's probably more. But yeah. I think I'd rather die than live in a world of daylight saving time. There's a lot of things in life that I'd rather die than have to experience another day, but yeah. Just get rid of daylight saving time, okay? Because nobody wants to fuck with clock!